I have been in new construction for 23 years. I have sold over 1,100 homes, $550 million in production. This is individual production. And I did it through relationship. As you will know,
But the good thing about these Zooms is that we are recording them. So we're going to make sure that this is a tool for our members to know who Anastasia Rojas is, to know who Lisa is, and for future members that come on to see the value that NAHREP provides. I'm going to get started by introducing Jaeli. Jaeli is our membership director, and she's going to tell you a little bit about NAHREP and what we do. Take it away, Jaeli.
Hi, Anastasia. It's a pleasure. I was listening into everything that you were sharing, and I'm very interested, actually. To everybody else, hi, everyone. I'm really glad to be here, and thank you for your time. NAHREP is the largest Latino real estate organization in the U.S. We have over 40,000 members and 100 plus chapters throughout the nation, and we are Chapter of the Year, so we're very proud about that. In a market like Miami-Dade, where about 68% of the population is Hispanic, and there's what, roughly maybe more, 60,000 agents across Florida. I'm sure there's a lot more. Growth doesn't happen by chance. It does happen through the right rooms and the right information. And that's exactly why we created this whole initiative, to bring real practical classes taught by board members and industry professionals, focus on topics that you can actually use in your day-to-day. And if there's something you want us to cover, or you have any idea, we're always welcoming people to give us ideas, to give us topics that they want to listen to. You can also scan the QR code to be part of the WhatsApp group, which it's blocked, so nobody will be bombarding you, but you will be updated with all of our events and everything that's going on. It's an easy check-in, and we want to welcome you again for being here. Thank you.
As a organization, we make connections and relationships with our elected officials in our area, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and we make sure that our Hispanic community is being heard, the things that they need to succeed. We are 2025 Chapter of the Year. This is us on stage. It's an effort, a board of director effort that got us there. This means that we, as an organization, as the South Florida chapter, number one in the United States. And it was a culmination of us making those connections with our real estate community, making the connections with our partners like D.R. Horton that got us to that stage. And we're really proud of it. And 2024, we actually won Advocacy Chapter of the Year. And that was Government Affairs Director that year. But today, in 2026, we have our amazing Government Affairs Director, Gladys Margarita Diaz, who's going to share a little bit about our policy priorities so that you know what we do as an organization. Take it away, Gladys.
Ok, bueno, lo que yo quería compartir con ustedes is that I see government affairs as something to help the realtor's career. And since I've dealt with government officials for many, many years, Jenny grabbed me by the arm and said, "You're my government affairs person." I'm like, "Ay, Dios mío." Entonces, what I found is that there's a lack of information in the realtor community about how important it is to understand the mechanics of government and how it affects your practice as a real estate professional. And we have 4 priorities in our organization, which is housing affordability, access to credit, industry best practices, and macroeconomic issues. And I'm going to give you a synopsis of what we're doing about each of them. Housing affordability, we lobby for legislation that will expand the universe of lending so that more people can qualify for mortgages, eliminate the PMI insurance for FHA borrowers. From the viewpoint of legislation, zoning that allows ADUs, because you can add an ADU and increase the revenue or add revenue to your where you live. So there's a lot of different things that have to do with legislation. Also, when you have a property that doesn't have a permit or that has liens by the government, it is super useful to know who to call if you to eliminate those liens. And knowing the public officials and knowing who to talk to and getting those liens waived, because when we were selling property after the crisis, we had a house that we sold that had $163,000 of code enforcement liens. And I went to the city. I went to the city. I talked to this one. I talked to that one. And I sat down with the code enforcement official and I said, can you please waive? He got it down to $7,500. You can do that. There are many, many things that are available to you as a realtor to be able to do. So that's what I try to teach everyone. Know your people. Know who's on first, who's doing this, who's doing that. Access to credit. We've lobbied for legislation having to do with mortgages that are going to increase the credit capability of everyone. I'm all about down payment assistance programs, and there's a whole inventory of information about that. Industry best practices. Basically, we're following all the fights that Zillow and Pillow and Tillow are having with each other and trying to figure out where do we fit into this picture and how is that going to help us or if that's going to hurt us, and protect yourself. And macroeconomic issues, I don't need to go any further. It has to do with building, construction, and immigration. And one of the things that I am concerned about is making sure that people who are working people have the possibility to continue working and they don't fail to show up at the job site because they are afraid of ICE. And I say that because there are several of our board members have relatives who own construction companies. And one day you show up and nobody's there. And there's no drywall people, there's no plaster people. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Right? So we have to support our people and our legislation that's going to help people on a pathway to legal work permits. And that's about it. And so what I do is I try to introduce this information to different people. I bring people to our events that are elected officials or public officials that can be resources for everyone. And that's what a government affairs person does. I'm on the board of the Miami-Dade Housing Finance Authority. I approve developers that are doing multifamily using tax credits. We have design criteria that when they design a building for low-income people, it has to look like it's a market rate place. And so I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and I firmly believe that there are many levels of housing that need to be available in Miami-Dade County. It's called workforce housing. That's basically what I'm part of.
The part where it's the impact that we make that makes the organization such a great thing to be a part of. Right?
One of the things that I keep monitoring is the permit expediting process for new construction. Because if you know that in development, one of the most painful components is the impact fees, the permit process, all those things. If you talk to legislators that are going to support you in making that simpler, more efficient, et cetera, that's, something that we can get behind. Because why should it take you 2 years to get an approval for an addition or for any building? And you guys are building in raw land, am I correct? You buy raw land and then you do the infrastructure?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine all the interfacing that you do with all of the legislative bodies, water and WASA, the people from, the DOT, everything affects your project. So those are the kind of things that I try to help with, like who do you need to know? And it's, it's what Daisy says, Daisy, our coach, always says, it's not what you know, it's who knows you. And I take that to heart and I'm like, okay, does Fulanito de tal know me? And does he know? And can he introduce me to Menganito who can open the door for me? And how can we expedite this permit? And I think we're in a very important point in our careers, in our profession, because we have technology now and the building departments are being pushed very hard to expand their capabilities in terms of processing permits. You heard Jeff Bezos, he said that we should do AI for permit expediting. And you get your permit in 30 minutes with AI. And I'm like, I'm all about it, And then people got, everybody got nervous, but there's groups of people that are working on this to really develop how can you expedite the process so that new construction can happen, because that's
Right.
one of the biggest challenges that developers have. Anyway, we
Yeah.
could talk all day, and I don't want to take up all the time, but I'm very passionate about this, and Jenny knows that, and that's why I
And that's
love.
why she's my government affairs director. The State of Hispanic Homeownership Report is on this QR code. Anastasia, Rafa, I know that you're on here now. You can, I'm sure you have a copy, but you can download it here. The State of Hispanic Homeownership Report gives data from all across the US on how Hispanic homeownership is doing, what we're doing to support these policy priorities. And we share these reports with our elected officials so that they know what's going on in the Hispanic community. It's a publication that comes out every year by NAHREP. Today's workshop is designed to help agents leverage new construction to grow their business, create opportunities, and better serve the buyers in today's markets. The agents who understand the inventory, incentives, make the builder relationships are the ones and positioning themselves in the industry to know all those things are the ones that are winning in new construction. Let's get into how agents actually win with new construction. So new construction can become one of the best lead sources in your business if you learn how to leverage it correctly, right? They're agents who know the inventory and specials first become the agent's buyer's trust first, right? So if I get with Anastasia on a weekly basis to know what's going on in DR Horton, to know what incentives are being offered, what communities have the best deals, I can know first. I could be the first one to know and let my clients know and promote that information to my client base. So how do agents get leads for production? Touring communities on a weekly basis, right? Knowing what's out there, promoting the right things, knowing the inventory before everyone else does. Posting the content consistently. Consistency is key. Following these builders closely. Anastasia sends a weekly newsletter, what's going on, the incentives, the interest rates that are available, the inventory list of the homes that are available in our area. So those are things that um agents, that's how agents are getting leads in these communities, using the incentives and deals as content. Hey, DR Horton's offering a 4.99% interest rate. They're offering a 3.99% interest rate. This is what you use as content. And obviously, social media ads are also something that agents do. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. These are social media platforms that are giving agent leads. And before I move on, because I want to introduce Magda Esola. She is a NAHREP National Board member and the author of The New Home Construction Advantage, the agent's blueprint to maximizing commissions through new home sales.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. For Jenny and this wonderful chapter. I appreciate the work that you're doing. And yes, I wrote the book. I have been in new construction for 23 years. I have sold over 1,100 homes, $550 million in production. This is individual production. And I did it through relationship. As we all know that it is always relationship over transaction. When you treat people as what they are, human beings with a need, and then you find that need and you have the solution for that need. When I was on the floor selling, I used to say, let me be the Tylenol to your headache. So first you have to identify the headache, making sure that the customer or client has a need. And then second, you have to make sure that you can fulfill that need. So that's truly the premises of the book. I wrote that book because as an on-site agent, I find out that many agents are not equipped to they're not equipped to sell new construction, but it's not the agent's fault. There is not really proper training out there. So kudos to you, Jenny, and your board for putting this together. We need to do this more often, especially in nuestra comunidad, because new construction is the opportunity of the next decade. It is the opportunity of the next decade because we have in the recent resale world, a lot of people are struggling because of what they say the interest rate. But let me tell you about the interest rate. And when I sold, ladies and gentlemen, when I sold, I used to tell my story, my own story. So I will encourage every single person sitting here on this meeting to start telling your story. When you purchase your first home, that's how we communicate and connect at a heart-to-heart level with the clients. I tell them when I came to this country with nothing, zero, cross the river, and fast forward 17 years later or 20 years later, truly became the number one Southeast new home sales construction salesperson in the entire Southeast. And how that happened is through real estate. Book in the book that I wrote, I have a scripts and dialogues. I also have a 30-day program on what to do if you're brand new in the business or you have been in the business for 20 years and never sold a new construction. There is a roadmap that you can take from day 1 to day 30 on what to do to become mega successful selling new construction. It is very profitable, it's very rewarding, and it changed my life. New construction have changed my life. It allows me to now travel to Africa and build schools, and travel to Central America. I'm going to be 5 weeks, for 5 weeks, 5 different countries in Central America starting in July. And I'm bringing tools to the Central American Latino girls, middle and high school. I'm super excited about that because I became the person that I wish I had when I was a little girl. So I'm that person. And I know each one of you sitting here, I cannot see your beautiful faces, but I know each one of you had that inside to give back, to become mega successful. Because at lunch today, we were talking at this networking event and this seminar that I'm in, that we cannot give if we don't have enough for ourselves. So we need to become very financially secure. And what better that new home sales? And it's easy. I know it sounds overwhelming when it's new for you, but it's an easy business to get in. And once you're in, it's a niche. Nobody can touch you. And that's how I built my new home sales business. And it's been going on here in the Charlotte market for 23 years. And Jenny, I don't know if there is questions for me that you'd like for me to answer.
Yes, absolutely. Does anybody have any questions for Magda? That's incredible. That is you had me like, I'm just been emotional. I think it is. I think that's amazing because that's one of the things that I love about you is your gift of service, right?
Yes.
You love getting out there and giving back to your community. So I commend you for everything you do, and congratulations on your new book. Does anybody have any questions for Magda? Yeah. Hey,
Gladman? Yeah.
Gladys.
You're on mute.
Okay. Magda, congratulations on publishing your book. How can we get a copy of it?
Oh, thank you. The pre-sale goes out on Amazon Kindle on June 8th. It's
Okay.
374 pages. It took me, this is 23 years in the making. So I probably, like many of you, do diary. So I used to do a lot of stuff, what my customer tells me, what I learned from my peers, what I learned from realtors. And I used to note every single day for 23 years. And I was sharing that with somebody 7 months ago. And they said, "You have all those writings?" I said, "Yes, I do." And they said, "Put it in a book." So I basically reread all this stuff and rearrange it in a simplistic way for people. This book is truly written for realtors or real estate agents that are in the resale world, so they can transfer and sell new construction, and they can become the mayor of each community, because each community will give you, and depending on the size of the community, but a community that has about 150 homes, new construction, from beginning to end, if you market that community, you will get at least 50 transactions. It's incredible during a 10-year period. So all that is explained in that book. And I will be doing a 10 city tour once the book comes out on my birthday, July 7th. So the actual physical book comes out on July 7th. And I will be touring 10 cities in the country, talking about the book, talking about my story, and how one single decision can change your life.
I love it. I love it. Thank
Are
you
you
so much.
are you
It's
coming
amazing.
to the Regional Connect here in Miami?
I am, because that is my region.
Okay. And that's it. She's gonna party
Yes,
with Magda.
yes, I
So
am.
our
I want to meet you and hug you guys when I get there.
Yay. So our next education, our core event is August 5th. So it's going to be the day before Regional Connect, and we'll probably do something after our event for anyone that's in town. So Magda, definitely let's keep in contact on Instagram. If you're in town, let us know so that we can get together.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. Anybody else have any other questions that you'd like me to answer?
Anybody else have any questions for Magda?
Hi, Magda. Nice to meet you. Anastasia from Dear Horton.
Hola, Anastasia. How are you doing?
Good, good. Congratulations on your book. It sounds very inspirational. And I can tell you, sometimes real estate agents don't see how valuable is to do new construction sales and how many opportunities they can have, and for their buyers as well.
Yes.
Because there is a lot of like incentive, but a lot of stuff that are beneficial to a first-time home buyer, and for many reasons, and for investors as well. So it's a good opportunity for real estate agents to see the inside of your story and see that how the potential they have on new construction, not only
Yes.
resale.
Yes, absolutely. And new home sales, obviously I'm biased when I give my opinion
Me
in new
too.
home sales. Like you, Anastasia, it saves you time. The people like Anastasia, are you in sales, Anastasia?
Yes.
Okay, so people like Anastasia that is in sales, they become your concierge. And it saves you time so you can move on to your next buyer. Yes, you should. In my book, I write that you should show up to every single walkthrough. That should be 4 to 5 walkthroughs and meetings. You should be at the design center meeting. You should be at the pre-selecting of the home site. You are the advisor for the buyer, but
Yeah.
you also have to let Anastasia do her job. And
Exactly.
I actually have 12 mistakes that agents do when going into no construction. And one of them is not allowing the on-site agent do their work. You don't have to prove your worth anymore, people. You need to go there and partner up with people like Anastasia, because we both want the same thing. We want a happy and tickled customer with a brand new construction. We're not enemies. We're not
Yeah.
opponents. We are in this together to have a customer, a happy customer. And when you do that, you create magic. And then
Yeah.
you also, in the book, I explained that you need to find, like, when I was selling, I am not in production anymore. I stopped. I do production, but it's not as when I was producing. I'm selling about 40 to 50 houses a year. I stopped the production 2 years ago when I became the vice president of sales. So I sell 2 or 3, 4 houses a month. I don't do the crazy productions that I was in 10, 15 houses per month anymore. And when I used to tell people that the on-site agent is almost like your assistant. Truly,
Yeah.
they become your assistant. They become your resource, because it is another world. It is a specialty. It's that you have the general doctor, and we are the brain surgeon. It is a niche. It's a specialty, and we, as on-site agents or people in the new home sales world, we love for agents to embrace us and let us teach you how this work is. Because at the end of the day, Anastasia will agree with this, the realtor or the real estate agent is our client. You
Yeah.
guys are our client. So we need to take care of you. That's why we do bonuses for our realtors. And,
That's what we were talking about at the beginning, that you are my clients.
Yes.
And it's a really nice partnership when when it, it ingrains everything and work as a team. It really does a good deed for the buyer.
Absolutely. So I appreciate you all for being here. Jenny, you're doing an amazing job. Very proud of
Thank
you. As you guys know, I sit at the National Board of Directors now at NAHREP, and I was the president in the Charlotte chapter in 2022. but anything that you guys may need in the future.
Thank you so much, Magda. I really appreciate you being here with us. And I'll see you here for regional.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see you guys in person. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Likewise. Bye.
Thank you.
Going into the builder relationships, which Magda was just talking about, this is going to be one of your the greatest business relationships if you position it correctly, right? To build the general relationships with builders, it's to stay consistently engaged. If Anastasia is inviting you to an event, if she's inviting you somewhere, just go, learn what's available, be there for your builder reps. I absolutely love making those connections. And how do you build those relationships? Visit consistently, learn about each builder's process, which we're about to learn about right now. Become familiar with the reps who you work with well, right? Communicate professionally, bring your buyers to them. Sometimes, they may not be open to a certain location, but once you bring them by, they learn about the community, they see the deal that they're getting. Go to the builder events, make sure that you're present. And how to position yourself as the expert. The goal is not just to sell homes, right? The goal is to become the agent that people think of when they think new construction. So if you know what's available, people are going to come to you for that information, right? And how do agents do that? They learn about the different builders, which is why we're here. Learn about the different price points, financing options, the incentives and the deals that are out there. Know what's available, ready to go, move in. Some clients don't want to wait new construction for 8 months, right? Some clients want it right away. They need to move right away, and there is options available. And create that educational content with your agent, for your community, for your content. Make sure that you're creating educational things for your agents. So I'm going to move on to DR Horton Anastasia Rojas. This is her contact information. She is our DR Horton representative who's been supporting the South Florida chapter from day one. She's part of our business rally. Anastasia, you could go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what's going on at DR Horton.
Jenny, for having me. I'm really happy to be here, as always. Count on me for everything. I work with DR Horton for about a year and a half. I have about 8 years experience in new construction. I worked in Orlando for other builders. And now I'm here in the Southeast Florida region. I have like my home base is Homestead, but I also can help you with Broward County and Palm Beach. So every time I send all the information, I include those two counties as well. And we have the Zero Down or Chenoa program for first-time home buyers as well at 5.75%. It's still competitive comparing to market interest. For zero down payment, basically you need $2,500 for cash to close. So it's a really good deal. And after you spend 3 years in the home paying on time and living in the property, the assistance of the down payment gets forgiven. So it's a really good deal on that. We also have the conventional at $499 for May and June, and then it goes to 5.5 for closings on June and moving forward. It's really nice and attractive for buyers. The flex money that we give additional to the closing costs that we cover. So it varies within communities. So it can go up to $25,000 that they can use to reduce the price, to add washer, dryer, blinds. We can use it also towards adding the fence in the case of the single family homes. And then, of course, we have all the closing costs covered as well. If you know DR Horton, we have great finishes for the homes. We are now including for all of our communities impact windows. So that's a really nice, really good news, because some of the communities, they didn't include them. So that's an upgrade. We have our reward program. It's a 3% commission for the first and second home. Then it goes up to 3.5% commission on the third and the fourth sold home. And then it goes up to 4% from the fifth home sold. And for international or foreign buyers, we have 5% commission. For our Hadley Place community, this is our lowest price community. It's in Florida City. There's townhomes starting from the 366. So it's a really nice starting price. If you're buying FHA, we're talking about a monthly payment under $3,000 with everything included, your taxes, your HOA, your insurance, everything under $3,000. And then we have our Parker Point community. This is one of our best selling communities. We have single family homes here in the high 500s. We're looking on a monthly payment on the 42 now with the 499, 4,200 a month with everything included. Then also we have townhomes. They're really nice townhomes. Starting in the 1,700 square feet, so they have a really good size inside. They have a really nice backyard space. It comes fenced already. We are looking in these ones in the 37 to 38 months for an FHA. This community is the one that has the most amenities as well. If you have a buyer interested in having some amenities, we have a beautiful, beautiful clubhouse with a gym. You can do meetings in there. They have kind of like a couple of offices. They have a kitchen area where you can do parties, celebrations. We have the pool. And that the special about that community is that it has the bike trail that goes from Everglades Park to Biscayne Park. The widening they're doing for that trail, and it's going to be really close to the city place, kind of like the Sandero landings that we're developing. So it's going to bring a lot of value to the area. And we have our brand new community, Juniper Cove. That's the one I was telling you about. We're going to have some workforce properties available in that community. We don't have all the details now. They're finishing up with the county. The good thing about this community is right by Robert is here, and it's going to have single family homes in the low 500s. So it's going to be homes in the 1,300 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage. We have a 4-bedroom as well, 1 stories that a lot of people look for 1 story. If you want, just call me. We can go and do a tour. They're beautiful. I can send you videos as well, but they're very nice, homey. They feel very spacious, and they have a nice backyard as well. We have also in that community, we have townhomes in the 1,600 square feet, 3 and 4 bedrooms, in still in the high 300s. So it's a really nice opportunity for buyers to buy in the beginning of the development. You know, they get the first ones buying, they're gonna get the most equity on the homes.
Make sure you contact Anastasia, go out to the community, see what's available, make the content. That's where your leads, that's where your pipeline's going to come from. As long as you have that content and that information and you share it on your socials with your buyer database. Thank you so much, Anastasia. I was D.R. Horton. We're going to move on to another builder, Mountain Cove Homes. I believe Lisette is here.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here and present our new community. It's called Silver Park by Mountain Cove, as Jenny mentioned. It is a small community of only 14 single-family homes, but the best part is that there's no HOA and no CDD tax, okay? So this community will be ready for delivery towards the end of this year. So December 2026 is the estimated delivery time. And we are offering agents a 3% commission if they bring us any buyer. Apart from that, the builder is offering some incentives. Right now, we are offering $20,000 towards your buyer's closing costs. if they use one of our preferred lenders. Okay, pricing starts. Well, you see it there on the screen, 684,990. That is our smallest model, but all of our models either have 3 to 5 bedrooms, 1 car to 2 car garage, and they have right now been selling pretty quickly. As you can see, because we only have 4 homes left, guys. So out of the 14, we do have 4 available lots. Give us a call right away if you have someone interested, because we only have a few left. But yep, it's a great community, and it does offer the no HOA, no CDD, which is what people are looking for. And it's located off of exit 9, between 9 and 11. So very close to the Silver Park area. I mean, Silver Palms area off of 232 Street, guys. A lot of people look for that north location, right? So it's not so far into Homestead like exit 2 and 1. This one would be off of exit 9. So great opportunity for a buyer who's looking not to go so far south, but needs a single family with no HOA, no CDD, okay? The other community we have available at this moment is called Highland Residence. This one is located a little further south. So kind of towards the Redlands, or what we would call West Homestead area, right? Very close to, if you guys know, Lennar's community, Coral Landings. It's actually on the same street as it, 316 and 189th Avenue. We do have 4 homes there that are ready to go, inventory homes. And in this community, there is a small HOA of $20 a month, or $25 a month, I'm sorry. But there's no CDD tax, and we are offering paying you all your buyer's closing costs. So here, your client will have no closing costs. They can come in only with their down payment. And we are offering an incentive of 4.99% interest rate with our preferred lender at this community, guys. So payment cautious. If you need somebody who's asking you for a better rate, this is definitely something they should look into. Prices here start from 634 on the smaller up left hand one, which is our bonsai one. That is a 4-2 with a 1 car garage. Then we increase to 642 on the 2-story on the top right. The bottom left is our harbor model. That's also a 4-bedroom, but with a 3-bath, 2 car garage. That one's at 672,990. And our biggest model, which is the Ellis on the right bottom corner, is at 794. Now that home is over 3,000 square feet under air. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, and it kind of has like that in-law quarter feel on the bottom, where you have that bedroom with the bathroom next door and the exit to the outside. So it can be a possibility. Somebody's looking for something where their in-laws can stay. That one is 794,990. And again, here we have a $25 HOA, no CDD. We're covering all your closing costs and paying 3% to the real
3% to the realtor.
realtors, and
Yeah.
offering a 4.99 with our preferred lender.
That's Mountain Cove in a nutshell. So yeah, we have 2 communities open. Silver Park, which is a great community because of its location, no HOA, no CDD. It is to be built, so there's nothing built to show your clients. There's no models. We're selling off floor plans. It has a great location between exit 11 and exit 9. Pricing from 684 to 649, 20,000 with our preferred lender, and there's only 4 homes left. And then Highland, just to recap what Lisette said, we have 4 houses already ready to go, ready to move in, from 634,990 to 794,990, and all closing costs paid with our preferred lender. Your clients can get a 4.99 interest rate if they're looking to be payment cautious. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you so much, Anastasia. All the insights onto what's out there, what's available in Miami-Dade County. I know, Anastasia, you had a few, you only mentioned a few of your communities. You have so much available down here in Homestead, in Miami-Dade.
Yes.
I will be sharing your contact information for everyone in this Zoom, as well as making sure that you know about our events so that you can make more realtor connections. How to get involved if you haven't already joined Anastasia. This is our Avanza Miami WhatsApp chat. This is how you'll know when our events are happening, links to things, if anything gets postponed or canceled. And if you're not already a member, this is how you become a member. You could go ahead and scan the QR code. It's only $49 a year, and $49 te lo gastas in a coffee and a sandwich down the street, right? So $49 a year to invest in your business, to make sure that you're making those connections with your community. We do have our this regional event is where everybody in our region comes down, gets together. DR Horton will be there. They are part of our corporate board of governors. So you're welcome to come. Become a platinum member. You actually get the ticket for free. And I can send you the link to join us. If you want to be on our board of directors, I know Anastasia, you mentioned earlier how to get involved, how to be involved without actually, having to be a partner, but you can be part of our board of directors and our committees. You join our committees first, and then you get to know about what we do. There's committee positions available, an event, government, membership, marketing. I think it would be beneficial for you to get involved in something like membership because you get to know our realtor community on more of a one-on-one basis. But there's opportunities there. We have a board meeting coming up, a little bit about our committees and stuff like that. Anybody have any questions for our builders that are here, for Anastasia? Anastasia, do you have any questions for us? I think this was pretty informative. I think we had a great array of options, ranging from,
I think it would be
300,000 to
it would be
700.
really fantastic. Like, first of all the different commissions that are available to different salespeople.
Yep.
Is that on your website?
Dropbox, which has the brochure, the price list, all of our incentives, our lender contact information. I'm sure Anastasia has something similar. If you have a WhatsApp chat, Anastasia, share it with me and I'll share it with the board, so we can all get in there and learn from each other and know what's available. And this is part of our, membership value. What we're trying to do is trying to get information to our members, and we're doing this meeting. We'll have Agent Mira taking hold of the AI conversation. This is going to be big for our community. Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you, Lisette, for being here. Join us next time. Thank you to all the board members who took time out of their day to be here. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thank you, Jen.